सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या योगविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतो वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः योगाः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ॐ समस्त ब्रह्मविद्या योगविद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। समस्त गुरूणां योगाचार्याणां देवतानां ब्रह्मविद्याचार्याणां श्रुतिमातु परब्रह्मण अनुग्रहेण योग दर्शन वेदांत दर्शन उक्त स्वरूप कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक संस्कृतेः विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्म वैदिक संस्कृति स्थापकानां भक्त श्रद्धालूनां विघ्न निवारण शत्रु निर्मूलन शक्ति परापण द्वारा सद्विजय विजय निर्विघ्न विजय प्राप्त्यर्थम पतंजलि महर्षि प्रणीत योग दर्शन शास्त्रस्य व्यास भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ गुरूणां स्मरणम्। ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय कपिलमहर्षये नमः। 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 ओम पतंजलि महर्षये 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 नमः। ओम व्यास 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 महर्षये नमः। Saluting to Patanjali ji, Vyasa Maharshi, Kapila Bhagavan, so to the Hiranyagarbha, saluting to Parabrahma Shrutimata, saluting to the great, grand, beautiful Vedanta Darshanam and Yoga Darshanam. Now, in nutshell, before that, let us do the Parayanam. Om Ata Shri Patanjali Maharshi Pranita Yoga Darshana Shastram Samadhi Padaha Sutrani. Let us chant the 8 sutras together. Om Atha Yoganushasanam. Om Atha Yoganushasanam. Yogaha Chitta Vritti Nirodhaha. Yogaha Chitta Vritti Nirodhaha. Tada Drashtuhu Swarupe Avasthanam. Tada Drashtuhu Swarupe Avasthanam. Vrutthis itaratra. Vrutthis itaratra. Vruttayah panchatayah klishta aklishtaah. Vruttayah panchatayah klishta aklishtaah. Pramana viparyaya vikalpa nidra smrutayah. Pramana viparyaya vikalpa nidra smrutayah. Pratyaksha anumana agamaha pramanane. Pratyaksha anumana agamaha pramanani. Viparyayo mithyajnanam atadrupa pratishtitam. Viparyayo mithyajnanam atadrupa pratishtham. So what is happening in our Yoga Darshana Shastra? Let us put it in a nutshell form this way. To begin with, all of us want the endless eternal peace or happiness, safety or security. Words can be anything. We want to be at peace, at ease, at happiness. The opposite of it is we don't want peacelessness. We don't want the misery. We don't want the conditionings. We don't want the limitations. Is it not? Misery, peacelessness, ashanti, conditions, limitations we won't want. Conditionless, limitless, peaceful happiness we want. Everyone. First is this. Second, with the Anubhava, all rishis, munis, what they said is that is your own self. That is your own real self. Your real self is that. Your Swarupa is that. So, what you are seeking is your own self. Then, therefore, to fulfill what you are seeking, what you have to do? Be the self. To be the self, what you have to do? You have to recognize it. You know, darshana apekshatvat brahmana prapti apraptyoho, as it is said in Vedanta, same here also. Now, what is that because of which I am, though that which I am seeking is not I am. जो मैं मांग रहा हूं मैं ऑलरेडी हूं, वो अनुभव नहीं मिल रहा मुझे और कुछ मिल रहा है, क्या है? सो आई एम आनंद स्वरूप, बट आनंद आई एम नॉट फीलिंग. I am Ananta Swarupa, but I am not feeling that. I am unconditional, but I am not feeling that. Then I am feeling opposite of it. We have to ask a question. Why? Like, I am basically healthy, but today I have a problem. I must inquire why that dukkha came of the ill health. Then you discover some reason, you give an antibiotic or tablet, that dukkha causing thing goes away. Then my natural status of being healthy is experienced by me. Is it not? In the same way, what is that which is not allowing me to enter into my Swarupa sthiti? That Swarupa is Kaivalya. The Swarupa is Moksha. Clear? Swarupa में ही मोक्ष है. स्वरूप को ही कैवल्य कहते हैं. And in the moksha kaivalya is, that is what? Moksha means nothing should bind me. Kaivalya means I alone should be there, nothing other than me. Everyone wants to grab everything, possess everything, want everybody to be their friends. इन सब के पीछे एक ही है कि मुझे सब कुछ चाहिए, सब कुछ मेरा ही होना चाहिए, मैं ही सब कुछ रह जाऊं. That's called Swarupa and Kaivalya. Now the question asked was, what is that because of which, though I am so, I am not experiencing it, and something else I am experiencing? The answer is what? It has two steps it is there. One is, it is because of the chitta and its vrutthis. Two, with the chitta and vrutthis, you have sarupyata. See that systematic development of thought. Chitta is there with its vrutthis, and you have sarupyata with the vrutti. Therefore, whatever the vrutti is, that way you are behaving, because of which your swarupa you are not experiencing. The two options are swarupa or sarupya. Now the point is what? According to yoga, if the vrittis are there, you have to have the sarupyata. Anadi sambandha is there. Whenever the vrittis are there, the sarupyata will be there. Like whenever near the crystal, the cloth is brought red or blue, that crystal appears like red or blue. ये कब से है ये सिलसिला? अनादि काल से है. Now, if you want to make the crystal clear without colors, what do you have to do? Just take away those things. That's it. And you cannot say, I will bring the cloth near, and yet the crystal should not appear of that color. This is the anadi sambandha of the crystal without changing appears to be of that cloth, that color. Because of the coloring, then the purity of the crystal is lost. That coloredness has as if taken by the crystal. So too, Swarupa Atma never became one with the Vrutthis. But playing the play like the Vrutti. And this Sambandha is eternal. Then do you mean to say there is no moksha? No, that is there. How? As we saw, when the colored cloth or flower is taken away, then the crystal gained its own pristine glow. So too, when the vritti nirodha is done, then you have Swarupa Pratishtha. Therefore, what is Yoga Darshanam? Vritti Utthana is equal to Sarupya Jiva Samsari. Vritti Nirodha is Swarupa Pratishtha Kaivalya Moksha. Therefore, what I have to do? I have to establish in self. How it is done? Through Vritti Nirodha. Therefore, for the Vritti Nirodha only, all the yoga abhyasa, yoga sadhana. Because yoga is Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Why? Tada only Drashtu Swarupe Avasthanam. If I don't do that, Vritti Sarupya. Itaratra. See how clear it is. Now, once we have come to this understanding, two understandings, then I want to establish my Swarupa. Further, I have to do the Nirodha of the Vrittis. Stop the Vrittiness happening in the Chitta. When the chitta में वृत्तियों को रोक देते हो, chitta itself is chitti, consciousness. That is me. Then, therefore, to remove the vrittis, the two things are required. One, what sadhanas have to be done. Second is, actually, what are the vrittis, first of all. जिनको मुझे हटाना है. And a targeted hitting is different from andhadhund firing. In the andhadhund firing, लगाते रहता हो, किसी न किसी को लगता है. But in the targeted hitting, among 10 people, you know whom to hit. Him only you will hit. So too, the sadhana is always targeted only. So you have to target and eliminate the vrittis. For that you must know them. Therefore, we are given the classification of the possibility of all the vrittis into 5. Therefore, what is the lesson so far? So far is, in my chitta, any of these 5 vrittis are there at all the time. Therefore, though I am pure self, still because of those vrittis, I am in the sarupyata with those vrittis. Because of sarupyata, the swarupa sthiti, which is the desire of my own heart, the kaivalya sthiti, I am not experiencing, and I am experiencing the bondage. Therefore, throughout life, what is yoga sadhana? Always becoming aware of what? Our chitta, and in that the vrittis. And because we are already studying here thoroughly, every time we will know which is the vritti now coming up predominant. Then how to eliminate that vritti and go back to. So, vritti nirodha, swarupa pratishtha. Vritti nirodha, swarupa pratishtha. This is called yoga sadhana. How that vritti nirodha is done is yoga sadhana. That depends on which is the vritti that is there. So that is how the 2 words, the entire yoga sadhana is spoken about, are only 2 sadhanas. There is no third. All other are secondary explanation of this only. The 2 sadhanas are abhyasa and vairagya. Abhyasa, vairagya. What is that abhyasa, vairagya? Towards all the vrittis, it is vairagya and the abhyasa of swarupa pratishtha. In Vedanta, neti, 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 soham, soham, soham. Vyatireka, 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 Anvaya, Anvaya, Anvaya. Through Vairagya, we do the Vyatireka of all the Vrittis. Through Anvaya, we do the Abhyasa of the self. Till the doubt that I am not the self, that is gone away. After the doubt gone away with Abhyasa, Abhyasa bhi nahi required hai. Because I am the self. I am the self, Abhyasa is done. To reject, I am not self. Abhyasa will not give me the Atma Anubhava. I am already Atma. But the wrong Abhyasa or ignorance that I am not self is rejected by this Abhyasa. तो the one कांटा चुभा है उसको निकालेंगे दूसरा, दोनों फेंक देते. In the same way, the wrong Abhyasa of not self is changed by the right Abhyasa of the self. Thereafter, for the self experience, Abhyasa is not required. That I have forgotten, like few years you don't drive the car. Then the car is not, the learning is forgotten. ऐसा नहीं होता. Once the experience of the self happens, then it is not forgotten. But before that, the practice of the not self is replaced by the practice of self. Abhyasa kal कहते हैं. Nidhi dhyasana में ही होता है. In Nidhi dhyasana of Vedanta, having convinced about the subject that I am the self, we keep on practicing it. So here also, Abhyasa Vairagya Bhyam Tan Nirodha, when we are going to study in detail the 12th Sutra, Here, just to summarize, this is what in nutshell Yoga Sutra. Itra is simple hai. I am suffering because of my sarupyata. My sarupyata is with the vrutthis of the chitta. I am suffering also and I am not happy also. Now, what is to be done? My suffering should go away. I should be happy also. Dukkha nivritti, sukha prapti. Dukkha nivritti is done by vritti nirodha. Sukha prapti is done by swarupa pratishta. Swarupe avasthanam. As much effectively we can do them, so much we are freeing from samsara and getting into moksha. And what makes us do effectively? The two things. One, clear understanding. Second, the strong sankalpa and desire to do. Guru gives both if we take both. He will give us clear understanding. He will also give the strong desire to do both the vairagya for the vrittis, the abhyasa of the sarupa. If you take it, he will give if you take. Even if you don't take, he will give. But because you have not taken, it is not yours. This is Yoga Darshanam. So, Vritti Nirodha, Swarupa Pratishta. Vritti Niropa, Swarupa Pratishta. Swarupa Avasthanam. If this is not done, then what happens? Vritti Utthana, Sarupya, Swarupa forgotten. Then Sarupya is as the Vritti, so I am. So, in the earlier stages, if from the guna standpoint, if the chitta vrittis are sattvika, I am sattvic. Rajasic, I am rajasic. Tamasic, I am tamasic. In the second way of explanation, if the chitta is kshipta, I am kshipta. It is muda, I am muda. If it is vikshipta, I am kshipta. It is ekagra, I am ekagra. If it is niruddha, I am niruddha. See? Same thing now here. If the chitta vrittis are of the pramana, so I am becoming pramata. Okay, all these pramana. If the chitta vrittis are viparyaya, I am identifying with that. If chitta vrittis are vikalpa, I am becoming vikalpa. If the chitta vrittis are nidra, I am in nidradu. If the chitta vrittis are discovering about the smruti, I am becoming smrutivan. So sarupyata is happening with them. तो व्हाट इज टू बी डन? चुन चुन के मारना. मारने के लिए पहले चुनना. तो चुनना करा रहे यहाँ हमारे पतंजलि जी भाई, एक्सप्लेनिंग टू अस every of these panchavrittis, which are the maximum, all possible categorized vrittis, classified vrittis, which we have to discover and do the nirodha of them. So a yogi, how is he? Arthanga yogi always is not aware of the world, but is aware of his chitta and the vrittis. And he is, because of the earlier knowledge gained, he is knowing which vritti is predominant now. Nidra vritti. So how this nidra vritti has to be nirodhavya. And then smruti vritti. Array, this is not allowing me to identify with myself. How to eliminate smruti vritti? How to do the nirodha of the vikalpa vritti? How to do the nirodha of the viparya vritti? And how this most terrible of all, called as pramana vritti, is troubling. First, we have to recognize vrittis are problem. Then which vritti? All vritti. And predominantly are the when we are in the world, the pramana vrittis trouble us. When we are with ourselves, the vikalpa vritti troubles us more. And unknowingly we were identifying with them like a helpless slave. Like before freedom, whatever stupid Britishers used to say, we had to do. Victims. After the freedom, whatever the stupid mind we says, we do. Both ways we are bound only. Understood, no? The freedom, bondage and freedom. See that pramana vritti. We are using indriyas. We are allowing our antakarana to go through the indriyas and take the shape of the objects, and that object is illumined by the Chaitanya. Then I am becoming the knower of the object. Along with knower, I am becoming liker of the object, because I am saying the object is good or bad, not with my thinking, but because of misguidance by someone, or maybe because of asanas. Then I am living only at the pramana vritti level. I am not in my swarupa. Vritti sarupyam ho raha hai. Every time I am becoming the pramata through the pramana of the vrittis to know the prama of the prameya, and toward that the prameya vastu I have some raga dvesha. Because of that, some or the other thinking, planning, acting, thinking, going on happening. See, this is what is contemplation on Yoga Darshanam. Then do you think only one pramana vritti are there? All the five. Pramana viparya vrittis come. If the pramana nahi to vikalpa is coming, nahi to nidra is coming, otherwise smriti. Every vritti is so terribly troubling us in both ways. One of taking us away from our sarupa. Second is हमको नचा रहे सिर्फ रुलाने के लिए. Interesting. And for establishing in self, please remember, all the five vrittis you have to come out of. You have to do the nirodha of all the vrittis. Yoga sadhana shows us how to do it. And when we are doing, what stages in between before reaching to Kaivalyam that happen, as a signpost they indicate to us. And what are the bylanes that are possible when you are en route, like siddhis, etc. That also is shown only to tell us that don't go in that way. Like when you are going to that place, in between a beautiful garden or the shopping complex will come, but you did not go there. You have to go towards your goal. The shopping complex is kept doesn't mean you go and buy. You don't need. You have to go to the temple in that way. Now, what is pramana vritti is explained. Pramana vritti. Pramana is a how the pramana vritti is becoming one vritti among the five vrittis. And in that, the pratyaksha pramana visa, anumana pramana visa, agama pramana. So pramana कितने तीन. इन तीनों प्रमाण क्या है? वृत्तियां. उसके द्वारा क्या हो रहा है? ज्ञानम. उस ज्ञान को क्या कहते हैं टेक्निकली? प्रमा. वो किसको होता है? प्रमाता को. किसके बारे में? प्रमेय वस्तु का. So either pramata through the pramana getting the prama of the prameya vastu. So the pramana vritti is the problem. That is pratyaksha bhi ho gaya pramanam. And what is anumanam? Inferential knowledge. Direct perception or knowledge, pratyaksha. Inferential is called as anumanam. Then agama or aptavakya is called shabda praman. All of them are vrittis, which are giving us prama, the jnanam of the prameya vastu. And after having the jnanam, we are having likes, dislikes, raga, dvesha, samsara. So in Yoga Darshana, the likes, dislikes, raga, dvesha, samsara, though it is touched little, but the attention is more on the vrittis only. बेचारा योग दर्शन बाहर की जगत का लड़ाई करता ही नहीं. वो सीधा तुम वृत्तियों को निपट लो, सब अपने आप सॉल्व हो जाएगा. If you do the nirodha of the vritti, but then it is not easy to do the nirodha of the vritti. Therefore, why we have to ask? Because of too much of likes, dislikes, value given. Therefore, the need of the aparavairagya, thereafter the paravairagya. Interconnected, all of them. Okay, having seen the pramana vritti, then we saw yesterday the viparya vritti. We are discussing about the variety of the vrittis of the chitta. When they are in utthana sthiti, we become sarupya and then we suffer as samsari. Even though in our swarupa, none of them are there. In the vipaya vritti, what is that? Viparyaha mithya jnanam atadrupa pratishtam. What is viparya? Mithya jnanam. Means what? That which is not there is seen. How come that which is not there is seen? That which is there is not seen. In between there is one thing. What is that? That which is there is not seen. That is called as atadrupa pratishtham. So atad रूप पे प्रतिष्ठित मिथ्या ज्ञान को विपर्य कहते हैं. So the misapprehension supported on by the non-apprehension is called as viparya in the yoga bhasha. What is called as avidya in Vedanta, that what is called as tattvasya agrahanam, tattvasya anyatha agrahanam is called as viparya in yoga bhasha. Same it is. Atadrupa pratishtita mithya jnanam. And why it is not the pramanam? Because this mithya jnanam, this viparya vritti will not stay longer. When the pramana, right pramana is brought, this goes away, the viparya. Therefore, it is not called as pramana. In the pramanam, It stays all the time, it never changes. But always the viparya operates as long as it is allowed to operate. Like you will see snake as long as you want to, but when you put the right means of knowledge like torch, etc., that snakeness goes away because snake is superimposed. How? The rope is not known as rope, that is called atadrupa. On that pratishtam, seated is the mithya jnanam, that which is not there, called as snake. Which is there is not seen is atadrupa pratishtitam. Which is not there is seen is called as mithya jnanam. Put together is called viparya. In fact, throughout our life, we are all living viparya only. Self is not seen, on the self, the not self is seen. Is it not? From the absolute standpoint. Mithya jnanam. And these type of vrutthis also are there bothering us. We have to do the nirodha for all of them also. We will see when that subject comes. Now we will see the third one, the vritti, vikalpa vritti. Vikalpa kya hai? Then the nidra, then fifth one smruti. Vikalpa ka today we will see the literal meaning. With Bhashya we will take one other day the class. Beautiful it is. Slowly every day I am summarizing also, and you are not even, I don't know how much you are aware, but because of the summarizing, you are becoming familiar with the words, the meaning of the words, actual what is yoga darshanam, that also you are able to catch. If you are attentively, respectfully listening, reverentially listening, with the desire to know if you are listening. Before our Yoga Darshana Shastra, were we familiar of all of that? Chitta, Chitta Vritti, Sarupa Pratishta, then Sarupyam, therefore the Bandhanam. Where are all these words known to us? Neither words known, nor meaning known, nor this is how the Samasya problem is known to us. Now we are understanding. Oh, it is because of Vritti Utthana that by being Sarupya with them, I am suffering as Jiva. Therefore, to establish myself in myself and experience the bliss, I have to stop the what is called sarupyata. But sarupyata with the vrittis is eternal relation. Then how to sort it out? See to it that the vritti nirodha is done. Then there is no chance for the atma to identify with the vritti bechara. Therefore, he will establish in himself. How clearly this is being given to us. This is beauty of the yoga darshanam. And adding this to Vedanta, complement karo dono ka without fighting or wherever in yoga and Vedanta the differences are there. Like in yoga, the chitta, all of them are accepted. Vedanta, none of them, only Brahman is there. Their contradicting things about you hold to Vedantic truth. In other places, at the sadhana kala, whatever the help you can receive from the yoga, from the bhakti, from the karma yoga, you have to use it. That is an intelligent Vedantin. Without compromising his own, he will take the help of all the three. Krishna himself took the yoga, and sixth chapter is entire yoga only spoke. Though the Lakshya of the Bhagavad Gita is pure moksha. Moksha is only through Vedanta, which is spoken in chapter 2. Nainam Chindante Shastrani and all that. So, what is the Vikalpa Vritti? We'll just chant it. शब्दज्ञानानुपाते शब्दज्ञानानुपाते वस्तुशून्यो वस्तुशून्यो विकल्पः विकल्पः शब्दज्ञानानुपाते शब्दज्ञानानुपाते वस्तुशून्यो वस्तुशून्यो विकल्पः विकल्पः शब्दज्ञानानुपाते वस्तुशून्यो विकल्पः शब्दज्ञानानुपाते वस्तुशून्यो विकल्पः शब्दज्ञानानुपाते वस्तुशून्यो विकल्पः. So beautiful. Shabda, Shabda means word. Shabda jnana means meaning of the word. Anupati means something is understood in the chitta. A thought is made. Because of the Shabda and jnana of the Shabda, a thought is made, an understanding made. But vastu shunya, it is not indicating any particular vastu. And among all the five vrittis, the most difficult one to conquer, the dangerous one, the eternally troubling one is this vritti only, which we'll discuss slowly. Throughout the day, what we do in our own mind, we talk to ourselves, or we imagine what we heard from others, or we imagine what is seen in the stupid TV, etc. And we build all the casuals. And with that, because of the Shabda Jnana, some understanding happens, but that Vastu is not there. You understand that? Like today, I'll go and explain to my husband, and he will listen to me patiently. Then he will understand. Then he will rectify his mistake. This is called Shabda Jnana Anupati. But Vastu Shunya, he will not listen. He will only say one thing. इतना बात तुम कह रही है, इसका अर्थ ये है मुझे तलाक देने को कह रहे हो, कह रही है, दे दूं क्या मैं? नहीं. Whole day what we do is Vikalpa Vritti only. In meditation, what troubles is Vikalpa. कुछ है ही नहीं, सोच ही जा रहे हैं, दिमाग लगा ही जा रहे हैं. Like in my meditation, I am thinking about you. Shabda Jnana Anupati. My thinking is what you are listening to me, you are understanding. Even if I am not realized, you are realized. Ye sab vastu shunya. But the thinking is going on inside. And it is having a jnana, a vritti is formed there. But again, for Vedanta also, only Vikalpa is the vritti by which entire Vedanta or Tattva Jnana is taught. Binding also is Vikalpa vritti. And liberating also is Vikalpa vritti. How is that? Tomorrow we'll see it. Okay? One by one vritti. And all the Pancha vrittis thoroughly understand, then only we'll go to Abhyasa Vairagya. Even when you go there, again and again I'll come back and revise so that it is clear to me, and you are the listeners, you also get the benefit. Thank you. Continue tomorrow. Om Shanti. इतना काफी है डेली, थोड़ा थोड़ा 15-20 मिनट 30